Hey y'all, I miss y'all. I miss y'all. I miss going live. I know I said I was gonna go live around I think 7 or 8. I don't even remember the time, but I decided to just go ahead while it was on my spirit, while it was on my mind, while I was driving. I was talking to the Lord, and I decided, like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just go live right now. So that's what I'm doing. But I had posted July the 1st that God told me rebirth. I've been talking to God, and I told everybody else to, like, we're in the month of July. Y'all know when the new year come, everybody start making these New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna do that. You know, we have all these goals. We have all these plans or whatever. And then usually like midway through the year, some people stop. Some people still doing the same thing. Some people do good. Some people have accomplished things. But it's still good to evaluate, like, where you at, like what have you done, what have you not done, you know. And what God reminded me of, the purpose of that is so important because like today I'm headed to go get my hair done, and I plan on getting like some things. I plan on getting my hair cut too. And the reason I plan on getting my hair cut is because my hair cannot properly grow if I have dead ends. If my hair have all these split ends and all that, you know, it's gonna be growing, but it ain't gonna be looking right, you know. So, and that's the purpose of us evaluating our life, you know, where we at, because a lot of times, you know, we growing or we constantly doing things, but some things need to be cut off, you know. Some people God is trying to take certain places and do new things in their life, but God can't do the new because you still holding on to old mind frames, you know, old perspective, dead things that are dead. And that was me. I was holding on. He was showing me how some things in my life that I was holding on to that were dead, that I need to cut off, that, you know, I'm trying to take me somewhere, but he couldn't take me because I was trying to bring some old mind frames and old perspectives, some things that were dead, you know. And when God is trying to do a shift, you know, when God is trying to do a shift, you know, oh Lord, we trying to do a shift, y'all. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it don't feel good. Sometimes it don't even seem right. You wonder, like, Lord, is this right? You know, is this you? And he like, no, this all me. You know, this all me. You just have to learn how to move. You know, when he say move, you know, just follow his lead, even when it don't make sense. Even when it do not make sense. And I can share a couple of testimonies I want to share that it was some times in my life over the past years when things did not make sense. When God had told me to move, you know, it didn't make sense to after I actually followed through and did what he told me to do. I'm driving, so I'm sorry, y'all. So one of the things was back in like 15, 16, I was working at, I remember I was working at gastroenterology. I was there like 4 years, I believe, like maybe 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure. Like I finished school in like 2013. 2014, and I got hired there or whatever. You know, I had a good job, you know, and I was in a season in my life, you know, like I was doing okay there. And I remember God was telling, like, it was time to move. Like I had, during that season, I mean, like 2016, I had lost my home in the 2016 flood and my vehicle that I had like just finished paying off. I was almost done paying off. And, you know, I went natural in that season. I had cut all my hair off or whatever. But during that season, I was working at Gastro. I don't even know why I'm saying all this. I didn't plan on saying all this, but whatever. I had I was working at Gastro. You know, I had a decent job. I'm gonna say it was decent. You know, I liked it. And I was comfortable. Like, I was comfortable with where I was at. I was doing okay. You know, I was one of the youngest little front desk ladies or whatever. You know, I was comfortable. I ain't gonna lie. I was doing good. You know, I was making decent money. And, you know, things started to shift in my life. I had lost my home, cut all my hair off, because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Me cutting my hair off, the only thing I can control right now. I lost my vehicle. And, you know, I had a lot of children. So, you know, that was hard. You know, we had just like moved in that house. We was in that house like 2 months and had lost everything. But, you know, during that season, even though I had lost some things, I had gained some things. But in that season or whatever, go ahead and get on topic, I had ended up moving to Zachary, Louisiana. And I had ended up, like, I think, you know what, it was before I even moved to Zachary. No, I had moved to Zachary. I had moved to Zachary, and there was, like, this clinic not too far from there. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna apply for the job or whatever. And I had ended up getting a job, but I had to in order for me to move to this job, I had to leave this place I was comfortable at for 4 or 5 years, you know, and, you know, that was hard. But I had ended up, I was prayed about it. Even when I didn't have, like, a for sure answer, I moved. And when I stepped out and moved, you know, God had ended up blessing me. Like, I had ended up getting this job was ended up being 5 minutes from my home. My kids ended up going to, you know, good school district. Like, it was amazing. But it had took for me to move, you know, like, I was comfortable at this other job. You know, I'm like, Lord, you know, I've been here a while, benefits good. But it took for me to move. And then fast forward, you know, we was during that time, like, it was hard to find somewhere to stay, y'all. Like, it was so hard because, you know, it had flooded everywhere. So all they had was, like, these little trailers. I remember we had moved to Zachary. All we could find was, like, these 2-bedroom trailers. Like, and I'm like, Lord, you know, I have all these kids, and my husband, we can't stand no trailer. But I was obedient, you know, and I did that. You know, I had moved in the trailer, and it blessed. During that season of us staying in the trailer, y'all, it was like a blessing. Like, me and my family, we had grew closer because, you know, it was so small, and like it was just amazing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was just amazing. Just that whole experience of just me being and my husband had went through a lot, and it was a lot. It was a season that I needed to be at Southeast in that season, like 5 minutes away from my home. So anyway, fast forward, I was at Southeast, and God started telling me, okay, time to leave this job. I'm like, huh? Why would I leave this job, Lord? I'm 5 minutes from my home. Like, I'm comfortable. Like, I had got comfortable again. And what he started to do was, like, bring a spirit of rejection on me at the job so I can leave. You know, sometimes we'll blame the people. We'll be like, oh, this person don't like me, or this person did me something. Well, sometimes God have to, like, sometimes things will happen, like, he will cause people to reject you because to cause you to move, because I didn't want to move. I'm like, I'm 5 minutes from my home. I'm not leaving this job, Lord. I just left a job a couple of years ago. And let me tell y'all, God, if you like Jonah with the whale, let me tell y'all, he gonna find a way to make you move. Well, I started to get, like, rejected at the job or whatever. Didn't know why, because I was good at what I did. I'm like, Lord, I know I'm good at what I do. Like, I can do this stuff in my sleep. But he told me to leave. So I finally had, like, okay, Lord, I'm going to leave this job. I didn't have no plan B, didn't have another job. I'm like, why are you telling me to leave this job? You know, I have a lot of children. Like, I did not understand. But I knew the voice of God. Like, I know God. I spend time with him. And I knew he was telling me to leave. So I had left the job, gave them my 2-week notice. Even they were like, you know, you don't have to leave. Like, we're going to keep, they straight up told me, we're going to keep you on our payroll. Like, I was cool with the CEO. She was like, yeah, you leaving, but we still keeping you. Sorry, y'all, somebody was calling. But so I had ended up, like, leaving that job or whatever. Soon as I left that job, 2 weeks later, I had got a call from a job I didn't even apply for, paying me, like, almost $7 more, better position, doing less work. But it took for me to move. Like, I had to get out of my comfort zone. Like, and so for, like, during them 2 weeks, I was just, like, depending on God, and my husband's doing everything, working. But I was like, oh Lord, like, I'm not used to this. Like, I'm used to working or whatever. But during those 2 weeks, you know, like, God was giving me strategy. He was giving me time to rest because I didn't know what was coming. Like, I couldn't see the future. I knew nothing about the coronavirus. I didn't know that was coming. I didn't know what was coming. So I had ended up getting hired at this job. Now, this job, it was a little drive in. Like, it was working in the office. So I was like, why would you have me driving to work when I was 5 minutes from my home? So I was driving about 20 minutes to this job every day or whatever. I did this like a month because I ended up getting hired there February 24th or whatever. And So I was driving there. I did my training for like a couple of weeks. Didn't know about the coronavirus. Still didn't know that's about to happen. So during this season or whatever, and me and my kids, y'all, we was in the trailer. We was like writing down, telling God like what kind of house we wanted. We was doing like the Sabbath day. For some reason, God told me, on Saturday start resting. You do too much. So during that season, we was in the trailers. I started to rest on Saturdays. Me and my kids, we was in our word. I started to minister to them instead of depending on pastors and stuff to preach to us. Me and my kids, we read, like my two oldest sons, they have read the entire Bible. Like I devoted that time to my children. That's what I did. They were sports really during that season. I gave that time to my family. And I did that, and, it was hard sometimes, seeing everybody else doing their thing, but we at home in the word, I did that. I made those sacrifices. And, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm so emotional. I don't even know why God got me saying all this, but whatever. But, Lord. But, so, y'all, he had us write down, we had like this family journal, y'all. And he had me and my family, not by myself. We wrote down, like what kind of home we wanted. And when I tell y'all, in the month of February 29th, for February 28th, I'm gonna tell you like this, February 7, 28, we was in the trailer, like not even looking for a home. Like I had just left Southeast. Like I was like, what I'm looking for a home for. He had told us, remember the home y'all wrote it down word for word, how y'all want y'all home. I even had my 5-year-old writing down, in the book what she wanted in this home. Y'all, February 27, 28, he said, pack your bags. My husband ain't know what was going on. He just knew, like, we packing. We ain't find a house. He was like, what is wrong with you? Kids packing. Why ain't got boxes? Like, we didn't even know we was going. Let me tell y'all, February 29th, he had me, I was driving. I don't even know what happened. And I had seen this home. And I was like, oh, this must be the home or whatever. And I had ended up having a dream. God had gave me a dream. He showed me in the dream that I had seen this big home, but in the home it was dirty. Like the home wasn't right. So I was like, okay. So I had ended up asking the lady, can I see the home? Looked in the home. Guess what? The home was big, but the home wasn't right. But he already had warned me. So that same day, I was like, dang, Lord, rent about to redo March 1st. Like, this was in 2020. Or 2019, one of them, 2020, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe I should just move. Maybe this is the home. But he gave me the dream again, like, this is not the home. And he even had showed me in the dream where, like, my husband had kind of, gave the lady money, had ended up burning his hand. And that's what had ended up happening. My husband, we had gave the lady a deposit, and then we had looked at the home. We was like, no, we want our money back. She didn't want to give us our money back. And I'm like, God had just showed me this. So that same night I had went home, like got on Zillow or something. I had seen this big, beautiful home, nice. And I was just like, and God had gave me a dream of when I was driving and the sky was like this pretty blue and all these green, pretty trees. I mean, it was beautiful. And I didn't know what it meant. I was like, I don't know what this means, but I know it was beautiful. So that next day, it was February 29th. I said, let's go look at this home. I seen this home or whatever. And I said, I had this real beautiful dream. It was real peaceful. The dream, I was driving, the kids was in the car. I didn't see them in the car, but they were just laughing. I heard the laughs. And I called the man. He was like, hey, I'm by the house. Come see it. Y'all, we walked in the house. It was beautiful. It was like move-in ready. The man was in the backyard, like cutting the lawn. It was a beautiful day. The sky was pretty blue. It was nothing but green trees in the background. It was amazing. All I can do was just cry. And the man was like, y'all, you want the home? You can move in right now. It's move-in ready. Me and my wife just cleaned it up. Y'all, we had got the home in one day. The man ain't even know nothing about us. It was so much space. It was the home sit on like 2 lots, so like I can build another home on it if I want. Like it was just amazing. I didn't even know. My kids was like, Mama, we was in here packing, didn't even know where we was going. We got the home in one day. We moved in the home February 29th with 2020. It was just amazing. Like y'all, and then February 29th, I ended up going back to, moved in the home or whatever. And then one day, my landlord was like, what? And so we moved in the home or whatever, went back to work. That's when they started saying about the coronavirus. My job was like, well, hey, Kiara, the virus coming on. How about you work from home? Just moved in this house. And I'm like, work from home? They was like, yeah, grab your laptop and stuff. You're going to be working from home. I've been working from home ever since like March the 1st, beginning of March. I'm still working from home, not going back into work until next year. Didn't know the schools about the schools closing down. Like, I didn't see none of that stuff, y'all. So I'm trying to tell y'all, I didn't see none of this stuff coming. God had seen all this. He knew I had to be at this job to be home with my children. My children ended up being at home because of the virus. I ended up having a job, but I was in a position to be home with my children, to homeschool them. Like, he had set me up to win when I didn't see nothing. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. God had set me up. All I had to do was move and get into position. I didn't see nothing coming. I didn't know nothing about a virus. I didn't know my kids were going to be home from school. I didn't know nothing. All I was doing was being obedient to the voice of God and to his will. And every time I listened and moved, he set me up to win. He set me up to win. And I just want to tell y'all, like, if y'all in a season, you know, maybe y'all feeling like, dang, you know, what's going on? Like, you know, spend some time with God and find out what's his will. You know, maybe God told you to move a long time ago. You did not move, so maybe you missed it. But it's okay, you know. God said he's a redeemer. Like, he go back and he redeemed. He's a redeemer of time. You know, like, you know, let God set you up to win. You know, let God put you in a position. If you in his will, you know, you're going to win. And, you know, and I was in his will, you know, and I was just following his voice. When people around me thought I was crazy, like, you know, why are you packing? You know, my husband, my children, like, you know, mama crazy. I'm like, y'all, I don't know what's going on. I'm just following his will, you know. And it's even now, you know, like, I had got comfortable in my home, and, you know, like, God, like, hey, you know, she had someone reach out to me, hey, now I want you to start working on buying. I'm like, I don't know, Lord. I'm like, you know, I'm pretty okay. And he like, you know, no, you know, I want you to do this, like, right, this is the season to do this right now. And like, right now, everything coming easy, like, everything he been telling me to do, I'm just doing it. And I'm just telling y'all, like, y'all evaluate where you at right now in your life. You know, like, evaluate. And if you at a job and you like, okay, Lord, I ain't comfortable, you know, ask God, you know, God, are you trying to tell me something? Sometimes God is trying to get your attention. Sometimes he calls rejection. Sometimes he calls things to shake up around you to get your attention, because sometimes we have got too comfortable. Sometimes we keep in friendships and relationships that God been trying to tell you to, you know, walk away from, because he see the future. Like, he know what's coming at you, and you can't. You trying to hold on to something that he be trying to tell you to walk away from. Man, y'all, oh Lord, I hope somebody catch this. I hope this helps somebody. I don't know who this was for, because I did not plan on saying all this today, you know, putting y'all in my business. But yeah, I'm just like, God has been good to me. Like, man, God has been good. Even with, like, my business, like, I'm like y'all, because I'm at home, I'm able to run a full-time business as well. I'm able to coach clients. So now I want to get on that topic, y'all. Like, oh my God, with my coaching business, y'all, like, I thought, you know, God told me, you know, do that or whatever. I'm thinking, okay, coaching is coaching, ministry is ministry. I'm keeping my coaching separate from my ministry. Like, you know, I got my ministry, my Royal Kingdom Women, and then I got my coaching, you know. But over the last couple of days, you know, he's been showing me how, you know, my gifts, you know, what he gave me is for my coaching, the women I'm pouring into. So I have been lately, like, these last couple of days, I started, like, getting attacked, like, mentally, like, and I was letting go and know, like, you know what, Lord, I'm about to quit ministry and business. I ain't about to do none of this stuff no more. I'm only going to focus on my family and myself. Like, I'm always helping other people. Like, I don't want to do that no more. And, you know, he was just showing me, like, you know, that's not you, that's an attack. So I started, like, praying over my mind yesterday, praying over my head. I'm like, why am I thinking these thoughts, Lord? Why I want to give up? Come to find out, I had a client call me, and she was like, right after I finished praying, and I felt this shift, and I was just like, oh, wow, that was an attack. And I had a client call me, like, right after that, y'all, and told me how she wanted to commit suicide. She was like, hey, I called 2 people, and, you know, they didn't answer the phone for me, so I'm calling you. She's one of my coaching clients. Like, I want to commit suicide. You know, walking her through that, and right after I walked her through that, she no longer wanted to do it. God ended up reminding me and showing me, he was like, Kiara, you're not just coaching people. What you're doing, he was like, you setting people free. He was like, you thinking you just coming in just coaching, getting a little check. He was like, it's bigger than that. And he was just showing me how it's people that I've worked with recently, like one girl I work with, she's been trying to start a business for over 2 years, could never get it off the ground. I helped her in like 2 months. This guy I work with, y'all, He was trying for over almost 3 years. He came to me. I helped him in maybe a month and a half. And now like his business is like worldwide. I'm just like, wow. Like he was just showing me, like he gave me the grace and he gave me the tools to do things that people can't do. Like to me, like it just come easy. I'm like, well, Lord, I don't know why they can't do it. I can do it. It's easy to me. And he was just showing me, to you it's easy because it's a gift, but to them, it's hard. And I was just like, wow. He was just showing me the enemy is going to attack you, because what you're doing is you're setting captives free. You're setting people free from things they don't even know they're bound to. You're setting people free from oppression. People bound in their mind. People bound and people breaking generational curses right now by starting these new businesses. And he was like, the enemy is going to attack you. He's like, the enemy is going to start with your mind. And I was just like, oh wow, Lord, oh wow. And it just reminded me, and he just was showing me, like, it's bigger than you just coaching. Like, this is way bigger than that. Sometimes, we'll start doing things for God and we think, this is nothing. He is telling us, no, this is bigger than you. Your assignment is bigger. It's bigger than you. He definitely reminded me of that yesterday when that girl called me. And I'm like, wow, like she could have really did something to herself, and because the other two people didn't take her serious, the phone call that took her serious, I was able to de-escalate that and walk her through of not killing herself. And they just showed me, how important what I do, how important that is. And showing me too how important it was for me to follow God's lead and to even start doing what I'm doing. Like, I didn't do it because I wanted to do it. I'm doing it because He's telling me to do this. And, oh Lord, y'all, I just want to say, just trust God, y'all. Trust God in every area of your life. Like, when's the last time you have trusted God? When's the last time that you asked yourself, Lord, am I in my will or your will? Oh, wow. Wow, y'all, look, I didn't even know I was about to get on live and say all this, but I hope somebody be blessed by this, because God has definitely been just opening my eyes up to so much stuff lately, and it's just been a blessing. It's been a blessing. The people I've been able to pour into, it has definitely been a blessing. I'm just so thankful. I am so thankful. I'm just thankful that even though I don't understand it all, just me trusting Him. Like, I'm just learning just to trust Him. You don't have to understand everything. He teaches me you're not gonna understand everything, but just trust me. Just trust me. Wow. Listen. Ooh, hey, Brother Sean. Listen, yes. Oh, yes. Listen to His voice, and that's definitely what I'm learning to do. To listen to His voice. Yes. So I'm. So I do want to tell y'all, like, so I did, like, doing all this, God, like, I did. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm driving in this rain. I was able to birth, like, a business from all of, like, I was able to birth, like, God gave me, like, Girl Get Up. Not only Girl Get Up, like, He gave me Kiata Collins consultations. I'm sorry, y'all. They flying, my goodness. I'm sorry, they be flying while it's raining. Yes, but y'all, God have, y'all, He have gave me so many visions, y'all, like, so many dreams, ideas and stuff, like, and people be asking me, like, how I come up with the ideas. I promise y'all, it do not be me. Like, God, he be Him. Like, He's really the man. Like, He's the main man. If you need ideas or plans, strategies, like, if He was able to come up with this whole world, y'all, He created this whole entire world, y'all. That's the person you go to. Like, He got the ideas. Like, He got the plans. He's very, very creative, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. Oh, Lord. But y'all, I'm going to talk to y'all later. I'm about to go get my hair done. Watch the replay from the beginning, y'all. Hope it blessed somebody. I ain't even talking about what I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I guess God had another plan for this video. But I hope He get the glory. I don't want to get the glory. Get all the glory, Lord. If that's what you wanted me to say. But I hope y'all have a good day today. I'll talk to y'all later.